On the 14th of June we left Oban and headed up Loch towards Fort William. We didn't want to go into the Caledonian Canal, just see what the route to the entrance looked like. Leaving Oban we could see up the Sound of Mull, but turned right after passing Dunolly Castle into Loch. The weather was calm and sunny. What little wind there was running directly down the loch, so there was no choice but to motor. There were clouds forming over the mountains, but you could follow the path of the loch in the blue sky above. We passed Loch with the bridge across its entrance. Approaching the Corra Narrows, you have to move across to the right to avoid a large shadow patch. The tide can run quite strongly here, but we were close to slack water.
No tide on that, boy. Must be about slack.
In the distance was Ben Nevis, with snow still lying in the upper gullies. Some other hills looked as though they were completely covered in snow, but it was just a trick of the light shining off the rocks. As we approached Fort William, the boat logged 3,000 miles since I bought her. We motored up to look at the entrance to the Caledonian Canal. Nothing was moving as the tide was too low for the lock to operate. We crossed to the other side of the loch at Camasnagal, with the anchor dangling ready to drop, but a local came over in his dinghy and offered the use of one of his moorings. He was living on this Beneteau with his wife and young daughter, whilst building a house on the waterfront. The next day we set off back down the loch. To start with, there was even less wind than the way up. Near the entrance the wind picked up, allowing us to reach out of Loch and beat up the Sound of Mull. I could not make out what this facility was near the entrance to the loch until I later saw a programme on TV. It is the Glensander Super Quarry, initially opened to provide pulverised granite aggregate for the English half of the Channel Tunnel. The quarry is behind the hill, and granite chips are brought by a mile of conveyor belts through the hillside to be loaded onto bulk carriers at the quay. There is no road access to the area. Everything has to be brought in and out by boat. The castle overlooks the mouth of the Glensander River. It was the main base of the MacLeans of Kingairloch since the 15th century, but the population fell from 500 to 0 after 1812, when the entire community emigrated to Canada. Loch Aline is just a few miles along the Sound of Mull, with Ardtornish Castle standing guard on a promontory. There is a ferry terminal at the mouth of the loch, and we followed this one in.